Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the science behind how to close high-ticket sales. It really is an art and a science. You don't need scammy tactics or even a magic spell to make a sale. All you really need is a great product and the strategies that we're talking about in this video. As we dive into the secrets of closing high-ticket sales, I'm gonna let you in on one specific question. This is a question that you can ask to any potential client. This question will change everything for your sales calls. Would you like to know the question? Well, stay tuned. Then I'm going to show you the steps of my don't miss the bus strategy that has the power to explode your conversion rate and get more yeses when you're closing high ticket sales. Then we're going to talk about how to address and overcome objections from even the most hesitant customers, because for them to say yes, you have to overcome every no. Let's get into it. Let's talk about that one question that you can ask to a potential client who may be interested in your services or what you have to offer. There's a ton of sales scripts out there, tons of questions that you can ask, but this one is my favorite. It's from a coach named Dan Sullivan. And this is something, he has a book about it. You can go get it and read more thoroughly, but he tells you this one question that you can ask. And there's a secret to after you ask this question, so pay attention. The question is, if we were having this discussion 3 years from today, and you were to look back over those 3 years to today, what has to have happened, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy about your progress? And after you ask that question, you don't talk. You let them answer. And even if they pause, they hesitate before, you just let them speak. And here's the cool thing. I've had calls like this, my sales team has had calls like this, where they will talk and talk and talk, and your job is to listen. And your job is also to write down some of the specific language that they might be using about their desires, their wishes, the benefits, or the pain points that they're going through, what they want to achieve. You can then respond after acknowledging the things that they're saying, maybe using their language back to them, because what happens when you use that language back to them is they feel so understood. The coolest thing about this is that a lot of the times they don't always want the answer. They want the powerful questions that allow them to discover their own answers. One of the mistakes that I made when I first started taking sales calls in my business is I felt like I had to explain everything, and I kind of, unfortunately, just word vomited all over them. You'll get this, and then here's this, and then I do this, and blah, 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 blah. And it can be overwhelming. There's a very fine line between over-delivering and overwhelming. And on sales calls, when you're trying to close, whether it's low ticket or high ticket, the thing that your audience wants the most is to feel heard, understood, and that you're the person that can provide that solution for them. So when you can ask that very powerful question that pre-frames and paints the picture of the future that they want, where they're able to even list out the things that they want to see happen in their own words, because everyone's going to come from a different background, they have a different perspective, and when you can understand exactly where they are and use that in your responses, that you're acknowledging the things that they said, that's going to help your close rate significantly. So what do you think? Do you want to try that question? The biggest thing, remember, is to ask the question and then let them talk. Maybe if they stop, you can ask maybe a follow-up question leading into something that they said, but let them paint the picture of the future they want to see. Before we go into the don't miss the bus strategy that's going to change the game for your close rate, can I ask why you haven't subscribed to my channel yet? Go ahead, click that little red button. I'll wait. Okay, let's go into my don't miss the bus strategy. Whether someone is on your sales page, they're on a webinar, they're on a call with you, your job is to address objections and overcome their false beliefs. And one of the best ways to do that is by presenting them bonuses, urgency, and scarcity. BUS. That's an easy reminder to not miss the bus. Let's address bonuses. If you can give them something that's going to give them more value on top of what you've already given them. Maybe you say, hey, if you sign up right now, or if you join me before this date, I'm also going to give you this thing. And what helps with that bonus that you choose to give them, it might be something that helps them to overcome an objection. Let me give you an example. Maybe there's someone that they say, well, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know technology very well. And you say, well, guess what? If you sign up today, I'm going to throw in this other bonus for you. I have this whole guide called the Techie Guide for the Non-Techie Person. This is going to help you right now. Or maybe they say something like, well, I don't know how to do sales calls. And you say, well, guess what? I actually have a whole sales script masterclass that you can just plug and play. You can get on calls and you can read exactly what I have to offer for you. And this has also helped my clients get this result, this result, this result. So when you add in that benefit, that bonus, it helps to remove any objection that they might have and allow them to act fast. The U in don't miss the bus is for urgency. That's where they feel this tension of, I gotta take action faster. I'm gonna miss the bus. I'm gonna miss out on this opportunity. So the urgency could be something like, hey, the doors are closing Friday at midnight. And if it's Friday at 11 p.m., you can bet that they're gonna feel that tension like, I gotta either get in or I'm out. You see this all the time when there might be sales online, like let's say there's a Christmas or a Cyber Monday kind of thing, and you know that it's only happening Monday. There's that urgency that you have to take action on that day or else it's gonna go back to regular price. And the S in the don't miss the bus strategy is for scarcity. And I bet you've seen many of these opportunities yourself. Maybe when you were buying a plane ticket and it said that there's only 2 seats left on the plane. Well, if you want one of those, you gotta act fast or else you're gonna miss the bus and the plane. Or you might be going for a concert ticket. Maybe your favorite singer is performing in your town, but you know when Ticketmaster releases those tickets, they go fast. So you got to get in there really quickly because there's only so many available. So saying this, how can you put this into your strategy? Can you add bonuses? Can you give some sort of urgency? Can you give some sort of scarcity? Now, disclaimer, we want it to be ethical. We're not lying to them saying, hey, we're closing the door on this day, but you actually leave it open forever. That can also create a distrust with your audience if they say, well, you said this, but it's not true, so I guess I can just sign up whenever. And if you put that idea in their head, they might not trust future things that you might say. So make sure that it is ethical scarcity, ethical urgency, ethical bonuses, that it is all true. So if you say there's only like 2 spots left, close it at 2 spots, and then you can always reopen it in the future. I'd love to hear from you. Are you offering your audience bonuses, urgency, and scarcity every time that you present your high ticket offer? Or hearing this now, how could you adjust your pitch to include these? Let me know in the comments below and I can workshop them with you. It'd be really fun. Next, let's talk about how to address and overcome audience objections. In the last example, I told you about how you can add bonuses if they have an objection, and that bonus that you give them can overcome any objection. So for example, the one I gave you, if they feel like they're not a techie person, you can give them something that maybe is a guide to get through all of their tech problems, or maybe you have a plug and play system that they don't even have to worry about installing or coding or uploading because you just give it straight to them. If you can overcome that for them, that releases any barrier, any tension that they have feeling like they can't do this for this reason. Now, your audience typically has 3 different false belief categories that they're going to fall into. There's the vehicle false belief, internal false belief, and external false belief. The vehicle false belief is about the thing itself. They think, well, this won't work for me. Whether it's video marketing or social media or a car or whatever the high ticket product is that you're selling, they might say, well, that thing won't work for me. That's not the thing I need. And you overcoming that objection could look like showing social proof of other people that it have worked for, or having maybe a little strategy session with them to give them the roadmap and paint the picture of what it could look like with your vehicle, whatever that thing is that you're selling. The internal false belief is about something inside them. It's typically an insecurity. Maybe they feel like, I can't do this because I'm not secure enough. I don't have enough information. There's also this comparison game. I'm not as big as this other person over there that's already doing it. It's too much competition. So it's an internal thing. And for you to overcome that might also work with social proof of other people that have done it, or show them that their own unique situation can be a benefit to them instead of allowing it to be a barrier for them. Now, the third false belief is an external false belief. That's something outside of themselves. It might be something about the support that they have in their life. It might be about time. It might be about money. And there's always ways to overcome this, especially if you can show the value and the benefits compared to what they say is holding them back. If it's time, you could say something about, well, what's your plan if you don't do this? How much time will you be investing without this strategy, without this offer, without this plug and play that's going to help you get to that result? People are paying for ease and speed, and sometimes it's just an adjustment of their belief of what's going to get them to that. So for example, if someone came to me saying, well, I don't have time to do a webinar or make YouTube videos or put together this offer, well, where are you spending your time right now might be a good question to show how they could adjust where they're spending their time, and that this might be a better answer for them. A money objection can be overcome by showing, again, where they're spending their money and where they could be making more money, or showing something like, you know, this might be a low 4-figure investment, but look at all these people that it's made 6 figures for. Even if you only did half of this, that's half of 6 figures, that's $50,000. And I'm only asking you to invest a low 4-figure investment, or whatever the situation is, but it's really showing the value versus what they think is holding them back. Basically, your job here is to sell them a solution that's going to give them the fastest path to whatever they're looking for. And to get them to say yes, you have to overcome every no. And if you can remove every barrier, whether that's giving them a bonus or helping them along the way, hearing what they're saying is their objection or their false belief, and offering them a solution to combat that, that's going to help you get towards that yes. And then the next step for you is just to make it very simple for them, whether you take their credit card over the phone, hold their hand through submitting it in the order form themselves, whatever. It's just going to remove any barrier, make it totally simple for them, because if they get to a page or the purchase process and it's overwhelming, they might get more barriers up or buyer's remorse. And so your job is to make it easy, simplify it, and help them through the process. Now that you know the secrets to closing high ticket sales, I've actually outlined an entire blueprint that will help you perfect the entire customer journey and ascend clients towards that high ticket offer. It's called the Infinite Cashflow Blueprint, and you can get it completely free if you click the link in the description of this video.